Hey guys, it's Tally and Trevere here with this week's Speedpaint Sunday. Today we've got this cool little scene from inside some kind of cave. This was actually not one of the viewpoints, I just took this one by myself randomly. So, something a little bit different, I guess. Um, yeah, I guess I don't really have anything to chat about, so let's just get into it. Let's see. This one's kind of weird to, like, sketch out. That, I guess. Did I leave enough space for the water here? I think so. Kind of like that. And then there's like the tree kind of here. Maybe? Except you can see all of my stuff here is not in the right place, because that should be more towards the tree. And this should go down lower, I think. Uh-oh, I may be having some network issues. I think it's good. I think we're fine. Um, all right, and we need to make sure to leave enough space up at the top here for all of that crack business. We might need to lower this bit. This is like the pathway in, sort of. Actually, I think that needs to go even lower. Maybe like here instead. What the heck is this? Liquefy. Huh. Must have changed that tool by accident. Yeah, there's like a great big crack here. We don't need to be super specific on what it looks like. I'll put it in when I actually get there. Sort of like that. I think that's more or less correct, maybe. I think that's pretty good to start with, probably. All right. Let's start getting some colors in here. First thing is, of course, deciding how to split up the layers. Honestly, this might be a decent one layer affair. The tree is the main thing that like I want to stand out from the background. So that might maybe the tree or maybe this like little rock bit standing out here could go on a different layer. The rest of the background I think can probably all be one. Okay. Where to start? Um, see what kind of colors do we have going here. So we have some dark colors here. This bit is kind of like greenish. There's some various browns. There's some like kind of green gray situation happening in the middle there. Kind of interesting. If you look at this, there's sort of this combination of greener and browner patches. Let's see, how do we want to start with this? Let's just start with some kind of medium color and paint in the entire thing and go from there, I think. What would be a good base color? No. It's a decent base color. I guess it'll do as just a jumping off point. It's not really the color of anything in this scene, but we can start with that. So the main things are making it lighter over here, making it darker around the outside, and then putting in these bright oranges up there. So let's start with this bit maybe. Ooh, that's actually kind of spot on. Not entirely, but pretty darn close. I feel like I want to get it a little bit more colored, though. We can fix that up. And then let's go in with these darker sort of colors on the outside. Let's try to make this like green. Maybe even like a bluish green. Oh, that's not nearly dark enough. Whoa, what happened? That's good enough? It's still not dark enough, I think. And it's maybe too green, but let's start with that. Let's use this for this here, although this is going to need to get bluer, I think, but we'll start with this. Green in here too. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna get more kind of a just get some greens in here just for fun. Okay, that's definitely way too light for in there. But I want some greens in here, is my point. We'll make it less green later. It's fine. So just the start. Just want to add some greens. Now some of these parts do need to get much darker. Maybe even bluer. Let's get just some like I don't know, I want some like teal sort of colors in here too. Just go even bluer. Yeah, this sort of thing. It maybe looks a little bit ridiculous now, but trust the process, okay? I'm cooking. I keep saying that I want to be able to exaggerate the colors and not just go exactly with following the picture. So, you know, I'm trying to do the thing. Okay, yeah. It's it's going. Except that it's getting like blended into this brown thing, which I don't really want because the stuff around this is actually not it's much more saturated, much redder. So I think maybe I need to go with some of this redder stuff. I think I need to go ahead and start adding that. Let me try to just lightly put in a little bit of the teal in like other places too. Well, we're gonna need some, not not this teal, but some more teals in here later. So I might as well lay in a little bit of groundwork for that. Okay, now I really want to put in some more of the reds. Let's see, how do we do that? Is a good color for that? Too light. I'm gonna go like a purpler. That's pretty good. Obviously, it's gonna get really intense way up here. Kind of like that. Getting some of the darker bits that kind of blend more with the greens. How's that looking? It's I'm maybe overdoing it a little bit, but I think it looks pretty cool so far, to be honest. This bit definitely needs to get darker. Blend that in a little bit. Um, then this bit here is should be very dark. So we need to make sure we get that in there. That's not the right color to be doing that with. Mm. Hmm. Coming along decently well. Yeah, it's actually not bad. Obviously I haven't gotten in the middle parts here yet. I think maybe I went a little bit too dark over here, but overall, so far so good, I would say. Hmm. Let's start putting in some of this front here. So over here we have some lighter kind of sandy color, and then obviously the water is this much paler aqua color. What do we have by way of browns? That's gonna be good enough. Is that too much? Get a little bit of it around the edges here too. Whoops. Let's just put it in here before we go in with the aqua color just to lighten it up. Just have like a lighter base to work over. And maybe even put in a little bit of this back in our other lighter areas. And now let's go in with the water. Let's see, what kind of color do we want that to be? I think if we just go in with something like this, that's maybe a little bit too much. Start subtle and then kind of build it up a little bit as we go. Yep. Get our transparent brush to just kind of smooth it out a little bit. Because there isn't really like a hard edge to this water, you can kind of, it's kind of transparent and you can see the sand through it. We want to kind of capture a little bit of that by making it just soft. The creature of darkness has arrived. I think over here especially, we need the water to be kind of bright. Let's see. What are the important things to work on? Obviously, this rock and this tree are going to be super important. As usual, I'm going to kind of leave the main focal point till more of the end, especially if I'm going to try to put this on the same layer. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to put this tree on a separate layer, but if I do put it on the same layer as everything else, I definitely want to have this stuff behind it done before I put it in. So I'm going to leave that for now. This is super duper important to put in, so that might be my next course of action. Then let's see. I definitely want to get in these reflections from the water over there and in here. That would be very cool. I definitely need to work on this more because it just kind of ended up very streaky, so I want to fix the texturing on this a little bit. And definitely go in more in here. I think probably this is the main priority for now, just because it is super important for, you know, the overall piece. It's like a major focal point. So I need to get that in. Let's go. This is our red color that we were working with. Actually, let me maybe start with this actually. Maybe even go like more saturated. This, do we want that in other places too? Maybe a little bit. Maybe if we blend out our weird streaky areas with this, maybe that'll help. Uh, Something like that. And then let's try to go in with something super duper bright. That's like not really in the right place. I feel like it needs to be more to the left. Uh, Bright pinks and stuff around here. I think this ended up being too yellowish tinged. I want to put some more red hues in here. And definitely some lighter colors in here as well. I'm blending it out too much. I do still want to get the redder hues in there though. Especially out here. It's almost like purpley. Here maybe. No, not that. Not that. Something like that. Sorta, kinda. Um, let's get some of the shadows in there too. I kind of want to stick with this purpley shading. I like it. Except maybe it's like not dark enough. Kind of blend it into the greens for some fun effects. Looking pretty good there. I feel like this crack is still like not quite bright enough. Let's give it a little extra oomph. What color was I using? I think this one. Just take a really small brush and just give it a little extra here and there. I think that'll do. All right, what next? I want to work on this area some more, and how are we on time? We're good on time. I don't think we need to get into the tree quite yet. Maybe in like 10 minutes we should start doing this middle part. But for now, I think we're good on that. Let's try to get our super dark green back. And go back on some of these dark areas. Oops. And maybe a little bit like grayer. Or is that gonna not look good? I don't know. Am I messing it up by doing this? Maybe. Not that though. That. Okay, I think that's kind of getting better. Do a little bit more in here. What do I want to do there? I want to get in some more of the kind of pinkish sort of colors. I'm just going to blend this out a little bit. I think it got a little too streaky. And it's okay if the blending makes it go gray because this area is very gray. Definitely get sort of darker in here. Where are my greens? Put in some more greens in here. I kind of overrode my pinks. Not that big of a deal. With the darker pinks in there too. And I want to get some kind of yellowy or colors in there. That's too yellow. Or rather too red, I think. Like that. Um, some of these lighter colors down in here as well. Whoops. Hey. Let's see. I kind of want to get some of that water aqua color kind of reflected up onto these areas. Let's see a little bit of it up here too. Oh my gosh. Hey, what the heck is this? And I kind of want to blend out this green and red bit. Make them flow together better. Okay. There we go. I think that's looking pretty good. Are we ready for tree time, maybe? I feel like we gotta put it in eventually. So let's see, what are the main things that we need to do? We need to get in these like tree roots and rock, and especially this tree here. That's the really important thing. And there's also like some little rocks over here that we don't really have. Maybe defining this cliff wall a little bit better. That might be good. What else? There's various little like rocks and shrubs around, but those aren't super important. I think it's mostly obviously this, and yeah, maybe a little bit on here too. Okay, yeah, I guess we are maybe ready for tree. Uh, am I confident enough to just put it on the same layer? Maybe. Maybe I am. See. There's definitely a lot of blues here in this rock. think that's a decent color for it. Is this okay? Maybe. Oops. All right, how do we do these tree roots? They're kind of bluer than most other stuff around here. Let's, I guess, start with the shadowed parts. Here too that we can maybe put in. Okay, do that, and then where's my, maybe the pink? Um, Seems like a reasonable approach for it. I don't know if the pink is really the right color for the highlight, though. I think it's a decent start, though. Maybe I need to go lighter. Um, I know I'm kind of avoiding the main focal point here, which is obviously the tree leaves, but I just want to get everything else in properly first. Okay, yeah, I think we're ready for the leaves. Should that be on a separate layer, or am I full of hubris today? I think maybe I'm full of hubris today. Let's try to go for it. Get our thick paint brush. And something like that is maybe a good start. Hang on. Let's, before we do that, do that first, and then over that with the bright bits. I don't like how that's turning out, actually. No, 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 no. Hmm. Maybe do it just with the softer brush. Would that work better? But now it's like not standing out enough. Why does it keep doing that? Is that good enough? I feel like it needs to go even brighter in some bits. I think this is doing it. Yeah, there we go. I think that'll do. We have about 10 minutes. I definitely want to get the tree lighter, like the tree highlights. Like that, I guess. And also darker on the shadows as well. Except what color do we have here? Let's make this bluer, purpler. And get a little bit of that into the shadow on the side of this rock as well. And finally top it off with a little bit of this bottom highlight. Something like that. Okay. I think we need to check our values. I think this is still a little bit not bright enough, but I think I'm gonna leave it. I would like to put in the reflected light there. This part got a little bit too bright here. And I would maybe like to put in more of the texture on this side. Oh, wrong layer. Um, let's see. What is the most important thing to do in the last 8 minutes or so of our speed paint? Let's try to get... Man, I keep forgetting which color is which. Let's try to get more of this, like, texture going here. Oh, hey. Don't... My pen is being a little bit weird today. No, this color is not dark enough, I don't think. It's definitely not dark enough. What is this color that I was using there? I need to go super dark. Yeah, just go in some sort of rock texture kind of stuff. Maybe use the watercolor brush so that it blends in a little bit better. How am I on time? Not very much time. Oops. Should I try to just go ahead and put the reflections in? I guess so. Might as well. How do we do those then? Whoops. I feel like those don't really look right, but where's my like dark teal, brown, or blue sort of color? Let's get some of that in here. Like it's not dark enough though. Keep needing to go darker. Rocks in, I guess. Mm. Uh, what else? What else? I feel like this like light bit here just ended up too big. Maybe I should extend the shadows down. Oh, except then I risk running into this, which is the danger of doing things all in one layer. That's not too bad though. Um, Man, I still really don't like how these swirls here turned out. Hang on, let me try to kind of do something with this first. Um, let's get a little bit, like it's a little bit lighter on the bottom here and kind of greener. Let's get some of that first. And then once we've established those colors, it might be better when we start to mess with them. Um, Try to maybe get some more sort of rock texture in here. Maybe now we can try to go in with, it's actually kind of bluer, more blue than teal. Right over there too. I don't know, it doesn't really like look like reflected light from water. It just kind of looks like cracks or colors in the rock itself. I don't know if that's really coming across very well, but I think that might be where we end things here. Because we are just about out of time. Out of time. Um, this was a really good one, though. I really like how it turned out. Oh, hey, Kit. How have you been doing? Whew, that was a fun one. I had a good time with the kind of combination of the greens and the reds on this. Very late. Yeah, we're just coming to the end here. It looks great. Thank you. I'm really happy with this one. Been busy. Well, it's good to see you. Yeah, I really like how the tree came out, actually. The highlights on it look really nice. And the leaves look pretty good. I feel like they could be better, but they're good. And I think they capture the sort of general look of it. But yeah, the sort of like combination of the green blue shadows with more of the reddish light is very fun to draw. Whew. All right, I guess that'll be it for that. Uh, Sorry you missed so much of it, Kit. Um, but yeah, it's a nice one. Look at that. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about it really. Let's check the values. Let's see how that's going. Um, Honestly, pretty decent. I think this area is maybe kind of too bright. And this area is kind of too bright. Um, and there's definitely some bits up in the rock here that should have been shadowed more. Um, Overall, not too terrible though. I'd say this is one of my more successful ones. I think I definitely I think I did a decent job of making like the shadows really more saturated. I feel like a lot of these um Genshin Impact landscapes have these really deep like saturated shadows, which a lot of the time I end up making them kind of muddy and gray. But I think I actually managed to keep them pretty like vibrant this time, which helps. Anyway, I guess that's it for today. We'll be back next week with another iteration of this. We'll see what I decide to paint next time. And then in the meantime, throughout the week, we'll be having more game streams. As a critique, it could use a bit more light leading the plant, but otherwise it's very lovely. Thank you. I guess light, what do you mean by light leading the plant? I mean like around the plant or like on the plant itself? Also, I've kind of noticed there's a bit of like a sort of light beam coming down from, you know, the crack onto the plant, which isn't really that visible here. But oh well, like a spotlight from the crack. Yeah, yeah, exactly. What I just noticed too. You're right. I do feel like I kind of missed that bit. Whew. But yeah, thank you for coming. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and, you know, hope to see you next week or throughout the week during game streams and whatever else. So yeah, that's it for me today. See you later.